All right, let's start. Imagine this for a second. You wake up tomorrow morning, you don't eat breakfast, you skip lunch, you ignore dinner, and you go a full 24 hours without food. No snacks, no calories, just water. Sounds simple, right? But inside your body, something absolutely incredible is happening. Your organs are talking to each other, hormones are shifting, fat cells are unlocking stored energy, and your body is literally switching modes from feeding to survival and repair. And here's the crazy part. Most of this happens whether you're trying to lose weight or not. So today, I'm going to take you on a journey through your body, hour by hour, organ by organ, to show you exactly what happens when you fast for 24 hours. Some of these changes are beneficial, some are uncomfortable, and some might surprise you. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand fasting in a completely different way. Let's start at the moment you finish your last meal. Maybe it's dinner. Your stomach is full, your blood sugar rises, and your body is in what's called the fed state. Your pancreas releases insulin, which tells your cells, hey, energy is available. Use this glucose now and store the extra for later. Your liver starts storing glucose as glycogen. Your muscles do the same, and any excess energy gets tucked away as fat. Your stomach and intestines are busy breaking food down, absorbing nutrients, and sending them into your bloodstream. Everything is calm, everything is familiar. This is the state most of us live in all the time. Now, about 4 to 6 hours later, digestion starts to slow down. Your stomach empties, your intestines finish absorbing nutrients, and insulin levels begin to drop. This is where the shift quietly begins. Your body realizes that no new food is coming in, so it needs to start using what it already has. Your liver steps in first. It breaks down stored glycogen and releases glucose into your blood to keep your brain and other organs running smoothly. At this point, you probably feel normal. Maybe a little hungry, maybe not. Nothing dramatic yet. Around 8 to 12 hours in, things get more interesting. This is when many people wake up in the morning after an overnight fast. Your liver glycogen is starting to run low. Not empty yet, but definitely declining. Insulin levels are now much lower, and another hormone called glucagon rises. Glucagon is basically insulin's opposite. It tells your body, we're not eating right now. Start releasing energy. Your body begins tapping into fat stores more seriously, breaking fat down into fatty acids to use as fuel. Your brain still prefers glucose, so your liver keeps providing it, but the balance is changing. Your stomach might start growling now. That's not actually hunger, in the way most people think. It's a hormone called ghrelin, being released in waves, signaling your usual meal times. Interestingly, ghrelin doesn't just keep rising forever. It spikes, then falls, even if you don't eat. This is why hunger can come and go during a fast. Your stomach itself is mostly empty now, shrinking slightly as it relaxes without food to process. By 12 hours, you've officially entered what many people call the fasting state. This is where your organs really start adapting. Your liver has burned through a large portion of its glycogen. Your muscles are conserving their own glycogen for movement, not sharing it with the rest of the body. Your pancreas keeps insulin low, which is important because low insulin unlocks fat burning. Your fat cells begin releasing more fatty acids into the bloodstream, and your liver starts converting some of these fats into ketones, an alternative fuel source for your brain. This is also when cellular cleanup starts to ramp up. There's a process called autophagy, which literally means self-eating. It sounds scary, but it's actually your cells recycling damaged parts and old proteins to create new, healthier components. Think of it like a deep cleaning inside your cells. This process happens all the time at a low level, but fasting appears to increase it. Your organs are essentially doing maintenance work while you're not eating. Now let's talk about your brain. Around 12 to 16 hours into a fast, your brain begins adapting to this new fuel mix. It starts using ketones alongside glucose. Some people report feeling clearer, more focused, or calmer during this time. Others feel foggy or irritable. Both reactions are normal. Your brain is incredibly energy hungry, and it's sensitive to changes in fuel. Neurotransmitters shift, and stress hormones like cortisol may rise slightly to keep you alert and functional. Your heart doesn't really slow down or panic during a fast. It's actually quite adaptable. As long as your electrolytes and hydration are okay, your heart continues pumping normally, fueled by fatty acids. Your blood pressure may drop slightly due to lower insulin and reduced sodium retention. For some people, this feels like lightheadedness when standing up quickly. Between 16 and 18 hours, your liver glycogen is nearly depleted. This is a big turning point. Your body now relies much more heavily on fat and ketones. Your insulin is very low, and growth hormone levels increase. Growth hormone helps preserve muscle tissue and promotes fat breakdown. This is one reason fasting doesn't automatically mean muscle loss, especially over a short period like 24 hours. Your kidneys are also adjusting during this time. With lower insulin, your body excretes more sodium and water. This is why you might urinate more during a fast, especially early on. It's also why hydration becomes really important. Your kidneys work to maintain electrolyte balance while filtering waste from your blood, even as your intake changes. Your digestive system is basically on standby now. Your stomach is empty, your intestines are quiet, and digestive enzymes are reduced. This rest period may help reduce inflammation in the gut for some people, and your gut bacteria, however, are experiencing a change. Some bacteria rely heavily on dietary carbs, so their activity decreases, while others that can survive on mucus lining or leftover substrates may become more active. By the time you reach 20 hours, your body is deeply in fasting mode. Fat burning is high. Ketone production increases. Your liver is working hard, converting fat into usable energy. Your muscles are using fatty acids, conserving protein as much as possible. Autophagy continues at an elevated level, especially in organs like the liver and immune system. This is also when your immune system starts shifting. Some immune cells reduce activity temporarily, while others become more efficient. And there's evidence that fasting can promote the recycling of old or damaged immune cells, making room for new ones later. It's like pruning a tree so it can grow stronger branches. Your skin might start to look different too. With insulin low and inflammation reduced, some people notice clearer skin. Others notice dryness, which is usually related to hydration levels. Your sebaceous glands respond to hormonal changes, and oil production may decrease temporarily. Emotionally, this stage can be challenging. Hunger waves may return. You might feel irritable, tired, or restless. This isn't weakness. This is your body signaling that it's outside its usual routine. At the same time, some people feel empowered, focused, or even euphoric. Ketones can influence brain chemistry in ways that affect mood. Now let's hit the 24-hour mark. One full day without food. Your body is officially adapted to short-term fasting. Your liver glycogen is gone. Your primary fuel sources are fat and ketones. Your insulin is low, glucagon is high, growth hormone is elevated, and your body is in preservation and repair mode. Your organs are not shutting down. They're not starving. They're operating differently. Your liver is a metabolic powerhouse right now. Your brain is efficiently using ketones. Your heart is steady. Your muscles are protected. Your digestive system is resting. Your immune system is recalibrating. Your cells are cleaning house. This doesn't mean fasting is magical or that everyone should do it. It simply means your body is far more adaptable than most people realize. For most of human history, eating 3 meals a day wasn't normal. Periods without food were common, and our organs evolved to handle that reality. The key takeaway here is awareness. When you understand what's happening inside your body, fear turns into curiosity. Hunger becomes information, not an emergency. Fasting stops being this mysterious or extreme thing and becomes a tool, one that needs to be used wisely, respectfully, and intentionally. If you've ever wondered whether your body could handle 24 hours without food, now you know the answer. Not only can it handle it, it knows exactly what to do. Your organs communicate, adapt, and protect you in ways that are nothing short of remarkable. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the human body and want more content like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel and share this video with someone who's curious about health, fitness, and how the body really works. And remember, your body is not fragile. It's intelligent, resilient, and constantly working to keep you alive, even when you stop eating for a day.